Randy, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today's podcast. This is PTSA, Presbyterian Theological Seminary in America podcast, and welcome as one of our distinguished guests.
Oh, thank you.
And you are also a professor at our school.
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I am. Yeah.
So tell me, what kind of class do you teach?
Well, actually, it's a multicultural study.
Okay.
And what it is that I do teach about especially Koreans in America, and that would be the model for the other ethnic groups.
Oh,
so,
okay,
but I wanted to set up Korean American people and their lifestyles, and in order to do that, then other ethnic group might be adapt to some of those principles to adapt their cultures. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, it sounds like an interesting class.
Oh, it is. It is. Yes.
Wow.
Not that I teach it.
Okay. So you are 1.5 generation.
Probably so. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, and then you're born in Korea, and so when did you came to U.S.?
Well, actually, I grew up in sort of in Korea and grew up in the military family. My father was the captain in the army for
Korean Army.
Yeah, Korean armies. Yeah. And then when I was in junior high, entire family supposedly to go to Paraguay for the immigrant. However, on the way to process, and we have changed to go to my aunts who are living in the United States asked us to be in the United States rather than Paraguay.
Okay.
Then I came here that was about 17 years old.
Okay. Yeah. So you were planning to go to Paraguay as an immigrant, but you never went there.
No.
So you were in the process.
On the process.
But you just came to U.S.
Yes.
So when you first came to U.S., were you settle in the Southern California or?
Yeah, we moved into the Glendale. And I went into the Glendale High School, and I'm the only one Korean.
Only Korean? What year was that?
It was about 1972, and in December. And then, by the time that I graduated, not actually graduated from the high school because of our age.
Yes.
And there was about 5-6 Korean people came by. And my senior year. And then, I went into community college for further study.
Man, 1970s in Glendale, only one Korean in your entire high school.
Yeah.
Wow. I came to US 1980, and then our family first lived in what is now Koreatown. But at the time, 1980, not much Koreans, even in Koreatown. But imagine in Glendale, wow.
Well, actually, there's a couple of relatives lives in Glendale, city of Glendale. And that was the only Korean community. 5-6 families living in Glendale. So.
So you went to Glendale High School, and then you went to college?
Yeah, Glendale Community College, and later went into a transfer to California State University, Northridge.
Oh, CSUN.
For study, CSUN, yes.
So what did you study at CSUN?
I studied music. I played the violin.
Really? I never knew this.
No.
We have last podcast we had a Charles Kim who's a professor. He's teaching theology because we are a seminary, but he has a degree in music. When I'm finding out that you have a degree in music.
Yes. And so I went to the, I don't know whether you know or not, but I went to the Yeowon school, Yeowon Junior High School in Seoul. And that is
I'm not into art, music at all.
So, but that school is a very prestigious art school. And,
so you were there in Korea,
Yes. And then because of that matter, I studied violin lesson when I was 4 years old.
Wow.
So I was kind of headed out to the professional violinist and conductor. And that was my dream.
Wow. So you graduated with a music degree.
Yes.
Specializing in violin.
And conducting.
Conducting.
Yes.
Were you ever like in music performance, or after that, did you pursue music career?
Oh yes. Before I became a Christian, I used to assistant conductor at the Verdugo Symphony Orchestra, then the school, the college orchestra, and I was kind of assistant for my teacher, which is Lawrence Christensen was the conductor in the season.
Okay.
And he time to time asked me to go along with making a judge for the high school all nation high school competition, and then and that was so. And then I was studying under Lawrence Christensen for conducting.
Wow! So how long did you do music profession?
Well, actually, I was still in a college, university. And matter of fact, I went to about 9 years of a university study because because I was a performer.
Sure.
You don't necessarily have to have a degree.
Yes.
For whatever things that you do, right? So I studied in the music and then get involved and then on and off time and then played here and there and things like that, and then. It was about 1977 or 76, and then I became a Christian. Yes.
Wow. Okay. And after that, did you pursue seminary work? Is that
I thought it was when I was a born again Christian. I thought about becoming a choir conductor in a church.
Okay.
And then to my professional field.
Okay.
However, the Lord has called me to in a ministry. It seems to me. And there's a little story that I was translating one of the court case in that time.
Oh.
Yeah, in that time.
Okay.
And there wasn't any person. There was a few person who could able to speak bilingual, Korean American in that time.
Yes.
I believe it was about 1979 or 80ish in the beginning of the 80s. And there was a family. The single mom who raised like a teenager girl.
Okay.
And as you know, that in that time we called it latchkey kids, meaning is that they hung up their house key on the neck.
Okay.
And then they go to school by themselves, coming home by themselves, and fix themselves because mother has to work 3 jobs.
Yeah. That was pretty common at the time.
Yeah, it was very hard.
Yeah.
In that time, to make a long story short, and then she got involved in a child abuse case because the mom was so devastating about her daughter because they cannot communicate each other because the daughter only speak English and the mom only speak Korean, and then
I see.
And they were kind of she was sticking out the Chinese stick, the chopstick, the long one.
Yes.
Then she started hit it because of her daughter was not listening well.
Okay.
For the devastating heart, the mom was kind of had a knife on the side, and hey, you know what it is, and you and I let's die, so something like that. But that was kind of culture. But the kids reported to her policeman, and then later they went into the court. And what it was is that there was an Italian American judge was presiding the court.
Okay.
And then. Suddenly, at the end of the session, suddenly the judge asked me how I feel about this situation. He said,
and then you're just a translator.
Yeah. I was a translator.
Yeah.
And I told him that I'm only a translator. And
yes.
No, I know you're a translator, but how do you feel about all these kind of things?
Okay. So he's actually asking you about the Korean culture, I guess.
Yeah. So I guess so. So I told him that no moms who try to kill themselves because of their daughter is not listening. It's just that she is expressing about devastating situation that she is in, and later the judge also had the same kind of similar experience while she was in Italy.
Okay, yeah, I guess Italian culture and Korean culture,
as a similar.
Yeah, similar. Yes.
So that was what happening, and then. And at the end, she has a year of probation with anger management and sort of things, and she didn't have to serve in the prison. And then that was a good case. And then afterwards, I tried to work in the Korean American youth in that time. But somehow the Lord has give me a chance to higher calling.
Yes.
And then they went into the Talbot Seminary.
Wow. Oh, so you went to Talbot?
Oh, yes.
You and I went to the same school.
Yeah, but
what year was that?
It was. I went into 1982 and then graduated 87. So.
Wow, that's such a long time ago. Wow. So and then, so what church were you serving at the time?
Well, actually, I had when I was a Christian life, the born again Christian. I went to Oriental Mission Church.
OMC.
OMC, and then. As soon as I got in the seminary, I got a call from the Youngnak Presbyterian Church in LA.
Okay.
And then there I spent about 5 years as a children's pastor and the pastor for the junior high school.
Okay.
And then that was that, yes.
Wow.
So there's a little connection with our school and my ministry experience a long time ago.
Okay. And then you said that you were one of the first EM, leaders or pastors.
As you know, at that time there wasn't any sort of a program or worship service for the English-speaking generation, which was about 1.5.
Yes.
And a lot of our Sunday school teachers, they all together after the service, morning service, and all those ministry work, and we went over to Grace Community Church in Sun Valley. Where the John MacArthur was preaching, and we spent there for listening to his sermon, and we sort of grew up there.
Because there's no English service.
No, not at all. And then there's a lot of the pastors and the Christian workers sprung up in that time, and then we began to minister to young people in the English service and things like that.
Okay.
So, as you know, I mean, there's about 3 or 4 people in the West Coast, and there's a couple of people in the East Coast.
Yes.
They have studied the English ministry, so we are sort of the kind of
forerunner.
Forerunner of the EM service. Yeah.
Wow, that's exciting. So you are the one who planted the seed, and then from the seed, the EM ministry kind of grew up. So this is like a prehistoric event for the EM ministry.
Yeah, you might want to say that, but also same time, we did not really plan it.
Okay.
Yeah, it just automatically sprung up because out of the necessary.
Yes.
There's any other English speaking people or leadership provided in that time. So. We are the sort of first generation of English-speaking ministry in the United States, I guess.
Yeah. And I guess in the beginning, EM started with the 1.5, and then eventually the 2. Second generation came up, and they started growing the ministry. Wow, that's awesome. So, and then you were into mission work also, right?
Oh yeah.
Tell me about that.
Okay, there's a two set of the mission work. First of all, I don't know whether you hear or not, but there's a group called Awana Clubs International.
Yes, I know Awana.
Okay, so I've been spent there 10 years for the ministering Southern California as home missionaries.
Okay,
and raising young people to the scriptures memorization and all those good activities. And afterwards, then I got involved with the KCM, which is the Campus Mission Association.
Yeah,
the
Korean Campus Mission. Yeah.
Prior to that one, there is a Korean Bible study in UCLA.
Yes, it's KBS.
KBS.
Yes, you know that. I know KBS. Yeah.
Okay.
I was part of KBS at Cal State LA.
Oh, okay.
Long time on, like 1991, 92.
Oh, something the way before. But the KBS has been sort of a kind of groups. There wasn't any campus ministry in other schools.
Yes, okay.
Only we all get together. CSUN, Cal State Long Beach, Cal State LA, UCLA, USC people. All students came to UCLA for Bible study.
Okay, so UCLA was kind of hub for KBS.
Yeah. Okay. And then afterwards, and then the leader was went into the Chicago area for new ministry, and then there's new person came by, and then that's the time that kind of sprung up with the KCM.
Okay.
And there was the home mission field. And the foreign mission has been after a while.
Okay.
After a while, I went in. Then I went out to Southeast Asia and also the South America, and then Africa.
So did you go to like mission field through KCM or
no? Apart from the KCM. Apart from the KCM, but I'm not really. So there's two kind of 1.5 generation.
Okay.
One is that could able to speak both languages eloquently.
Okay.
And the other one is not so good.
Okay. Not so good in both languages.
So they're not so good in Korean. They're not so good in the English, and latter part of it, not the first.
Me too.
So what it is that, as you know, that if you wanted to really learn the Korean, you have to graduate from high school in Korea, instead of proper Korean languages.
Yes.
But I didn't have that chance, right? So I kind of learned from myself, and also television and all those books and things like that. So my Korean was limited. Also, same time I wasn't be able to speak English well enough to do whatever things that I do. Only thing that I knew was when I got here is that my name is Sungcheol Ju. That's my Korean name, and that's about it.
Okay.
And afterwards, I had a good English teacher when I was in the high school. And her name is Mrs. B.C. And she, took her own time and then teach me the English from the very beginning. So that was my after school. They didn't have an after school period at all.
Okay.
But that was my after school study.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. Wow. So you're still involved with the mission work overseas? Yeah,
presently I do the teaching ministry.
Okay.
Because, after I got my degree, and it was very effective. So matter of fact, I am planning to go to Africa, Kenya.
Okay.
In the middle of June and come back in the first week of July.
Okay.
And then I also been to Ecuador. And then teach them for Ecuador Evangelical Seminary there for 3 years. And nowadays, they were asking me to kind of get on online teaching, which will be scheduled in sometime at the end of the August. So that's what I'm preparing for.
Wow.
So
that's
they're very active,
Yeah. So your missionary work is about teaching of the Bible, teaching at the seminary. That's awesome. And you mentioned before that you were translator for a court case for a Korean family, but now you are involved with this very interesting and much needed ministry with the law, right? Yeah.
First of all, let me say at the front, I'm not a lawyer.
Okay.
That's it. I'm not a lawyer.
Okay.
As far as I'm working with the Pacific Justice Institute.
Okay.
And we handle the religious freedom, parental right, and the saving lives of unborn baby. So we do based upon the Constitution of the United States. And matter of fact, we just had Orange County, Greater Orange County area, one-day seminar yesterday, which is the March 18. And we had a good turnout, and we invited the president of that organization, Dr. Brett Dacus, and also Michael Pepper, and one of the leading the attorney in our group, and myself was the preacher, the lecturer. And we really had a good time on it. Yes.
So the name is Pacific Justice Institute. From the name, it sounds like it's a West Coast organization, but is it just West Coast or is it all over the United States?
Well, actually, it started in the West Coast. It started in the West Coast about 26 years ago. And then what it is that now we do have I just found out that there are 33 states, and we had a local office in 33 states.
Wow.
And we had 39 offices in that states. Wow. And 6 offices in California alone. So, and then it's throughout the coast to coast. And what it is that it is a famous organization in the sort of a major majority in the United States. So
main I guess goal is to protect churches, protect Christians from secular lawsuits, I guess.
What it is that, like I told you, is that there's three items that we are handling with.
Okay.
Religious freedom and the parental right in a public school.
Okay.
And also
that's a big issue these days.
And also same time, we are trying to save the unborn baby. And then, as you know, that if you wanted to contact one of the lawyer this day and age, it costs a lot actually.
Yes.
But we do all that free of charge.
Okay. Wow.
So
law firm that does not charge any money.
Not at all.
Wow.
We don't charge a single penny at all.
Okay.
So what it is that we try to protect the church and pastors and the Christian organization and Christian business and all those kind of stuff. So in order to do that, there are so many areas that we are covering for.
Okay.
And then after I guess pandemic, and there are so many states wanting to have our organization's office. And then, as you know, I mean, if you're a lawyer and you have to have a certain license from the certain states, and if we don't have any the lawyer in the certain states, we had partners, lawyers out there, and they are incorporating with us for all those things. But nowadays, our lawyers trying to get other license for the other states, so that we don't have to go through all those secondary lawyers. Yes.
I see. So, what are most like pressing issues at this time?
Well, obviously, it is a LGBTQ issue, and that is a main issue that we have. And there's another word thing is that the abortion issue is another issue, which will be the main hot topic for our election in November. And also same time there's another issue that the public teaching, public school teaching staff and things like that, and sex education in the public school.
Yes.
And what are the alternatives that we have? A lot of people asking, and especially yesterday's the seminar, we kind of give a certain opportunity and alternative to raise your kids. I guess LGBTQ is the main issue, and then abortion is another issue that we're dealing with.
Yes. And then you mentioned parental rights. In California, there's big issue going on these days. With parental rights and right to sexual orientation for the kids and things like that, right? So,
well, actually, it's kind of sad story, but what it is that state of California, they don't. I say they probably know what it is in what does the Constitution of the United States say. But the thing is that they just creating evil laws to imply the attack the traditional family life and family value. But a lot of people joining in to sign up for this kind of stuff. But what it is in our department, in our organization, PJI, we say that what happened after you had things happen, right? And then after things happen, then we just coming in there and we try to help them out. But signing up is kind of very hard thing to do because usually it doesn't really go through. But as you know, whenever the people, the lower court and the lower assembly and the senator in a California state, and then after they pass certain bill, then the governor should be signing up that that bill, and that happened during the October 1st and 2nd week of October. And as soon as that was, as soon as the governor signed up, there's tons of lawsuits is coming afterwards because a lot of people doesn't want that. And then while the lawsuit is going on, the law just cannot be passed, just staying what it is. In that time, we coming in and other organizations coming in and trying to fight against the state of California. And usually, if there's a more organizations sue against the California, then pretty much the law cannot be passed.
I see. So you are the main, I guess, liaison or contact for the Korean community for the Pacific Justice Institute. And so how does these laws or influx of secular ideas affect immigrant church?
Well, actually, there's a lot of things that we can talk about it. That's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons that I teach the class here. Saying that my thing is cultural or cross-cultural studies in Korean American immigrant churches. But the thing is that a lot of the pastors, especially Korean pastors, I'm not really degrading them down, but a lot of the pastors are only thinking about teaching the Bible and the prayer and all those kind of theology and things like that. I'm not saying that's not necessary, but that is unnecessary. But also at the same time, we have to teach the people the culture and also how the culture is affecting the church life. And within that, one of the primary concern is that the people ought to know about the law of this land. And now I'm not saying that you should learn the entire law, but we should know that there is a protection law that apply to us. And if you knew that, and then you probably will not have a much difficulty, because there are tons of the organization like us, Pacific Justice Institute, and we'll try to help the people out. Right? So my concern for not only Korean American churches but also ethnic churches, saying that, hey, listen, there is the group that can be helped for your litigation and all those kind of the religious freedom and stuff like that, and especially your kids in the school that sometimes you don't want to have the state-oriented sexual studies, right? Although, when I go back to my high school year, we do have a sexual education. But usually the doctor or nurses come by and they teach us the sexual education, sex class in there. But nowadays it's not. It's usually there's a group called the parent. What was that? Suddenly I cannot remember that. Parent.
Planned Parenthood?
Yeah, Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood. Yes,
Planned Parenthood. And they are the main cause for this evil action, because usually they recommended the lecturer is the owner of adult toy stores. It is true, because so it's not a sexual education. It's how to have your sexual life, joy and happiness. That's crazy.
I know. Yeah, I'm hearing all that. That's not edifying to our
not at all. Not only Christians, but there's non-Christians who will feel the same thing, right? Because we are not only serving the Christian only, but we also serving anybody who doesn't like those kind of stuff. Then we try to help them out, free of charge, of course.
Yeah, that's nice. And when U.S. is it's kind of a legal state, and when you get a sue by some big organization, and you go, wow, because it takes a lot of effort and money to defend yourself, especially for minority organizations and churches.
Yeah, exactly. Let me give you this example. Now, nowadays, there's a greater chance that LGBTQ will come in to the church and asking the pastor to lead a marriage ceremony.
Okay.
But sometimes we can't do that because not sometimes. I'm sorry. It's not we can do that because our belief, right? When we're saying that, there's a greater chance to get a sue from them. But when you really have your constitution for your church, bylaw and constitution in your church, and stating that, you should stating about at least two things about. One is the biblical marriage and the biblical interpretation of a human sexuality. And we do have a sample, the wording, sample things. But if you kind of add it up there, and then you have a better chance to win for whatever things that will happen. And also another thing is that concerning is the transgender, meaning is that when they come into the church, like when they were walking around the street and then they wanted to use their bathroom, and then it is okay for a church to open up the bathroom for the people, and the gentleman is supposed to be going to the men's room, but they went into the women's room. And we say, hey, listen, you should not go there. But then he said, I'm a woman. And then what are you going to do as a pastor or church worker? But the church's kind of doctrine and church's by law and constitution will say that we're not believing in transgender. We only believe in the man, that God has created man and woman, right? So that it will be the basic foundation for our arguments in the court of law.
Well, because these kind of information are so valuable and so insightful, because many of the churches, especially immigrant churches, do not, like you said, pastors teach and preach, but they don't really think about, putting that in constitution or even having a constitution. So that is really important in defending your church against, possible losses.
It is. And that's one of the reasons, that's where we come in. And we come in and saying that, hey, listen, I just learned from the lawyer yesterday, the seminar, is that there's nothing, let me put it this way. There is no way that the malpractice clergyman. There might be a malpractice doctor, but there's malpractice of someone else, a lawyer, and all those kind of stuff. The law, Constitution of the United States, saying that there's no law against the malpractice clergyman. So they were saying that as far as the pastor is concerned, you are like a sort of an ordained pastor, and then there's nothing to worry about it. If you could even whatever the people sue, you cannot sue the pastors. In that issue. That's kind of nice things to know.
Okay. So preparing yourself and just making sure that you are able to defend yourself. I think that's a big thing. So you have these seminars going on throughout the year. So that's good. And you just had one in Orange County yesterday.
Yesterday we had a good turnout, and we accepted about 150 people, but we only about 70 or 80 people attended. But the people were very interested, and they got a lot of information on it. I recently published the book. And then that is a Korean language. And that really, I put out all those all those cases and things that are all together for last 10 years, and that will explain majority of things that we do. All right. It's in Korean, unfortunately, but that is happening, and the people were kind of really into it. And they were kind of reading it, and they really appreciated some of the information they get. So that is a good thing to do. And also, same time, because of Orange County area, the seminar seems to me that next goal, maybe next fall, this coming fall, might be we might have another one like this in Los Angeles County, or Inland Empire, or in the Valley, or even the San Diego area. So that was kind of major things. And by the way, I'll be driving up to Seattle this Thursday and going over there.
Driving to Seattle?
Driving up there, and then on the way down there, stop by Portland and stop by San Jose area. It seems to me that it's kind of springing up, and then people are hearing about us, our ministry. So I think that's great. Do that. Yes.
Wow. So tell me about this new. What's the title, and what is the main message you want to get across through this book?
Well, actually, if you know the law, you'll be better off with the protection. So it's not, that doesn't mean that you are trying to learn, like I said earlier, you're trying to learn all the laws in this land. But we wanted to realize that there's a law that protecting our faith, our religious belief, our right, and then all those kind of stuff. And then throughout this book, and I like to show the people saying that, hey, listen, there's an actual case that has happening.
Okay.
And then I want them to know what it is.
Okay, so there are a lot of examples of the cases.
Oh yeah. Most likely, but there's about 70 or 80% of my book, my content was the actual cases that we have done here.
Okay. Wow, that's good to know, because, you know, I took a class in business law, and all we talked about is like previous cases.
Yeah.
When you learn the previous cases, you get to know the law. Yeah.
It's just that you don't. By reading it from it, you probably will grasp the major the thoughts about the things happening in the United States, and not only Korean American. Well, it's not only Korean American churches, but also same time, my goal is to reaching out the other ethnic group, because they are similar situation, right? Like Mexican Americans and the South American Americans, and then the people from the Southeast Asia, Vietnamese, and all those people, they are in a similar situation. And we as a Korean American, I don't like the Korean American as far as the time is concerned. I like the Koreanish American. Actually, when you put the Korean American, then you separate two cultures, right?
Yes.
I kind of discovered that, saying that it's not like that. So we are American, but we are Koreanish American, or Japanese American, or Spanish Americans, things like that.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
That's my own terminology.
So this book is like right off the oven. When was it published?
Well, matter of fact, at the end of the February.
Oh wow! So less than a month.
Less than a month. Yeah.
That's awesome. Awesome. Yeah. So when people want to attend the seminar, learn more about the seminar, learn more about the law, or how to defend themselves, or unfortunately they get sued. How would they contact Pacific Justice?
Well, actually, before I say that, let me say to people saying that I do have about 14 different titles. Right?
14.
Yeah, 14 different titles.
Okay.
That I can teach them or send the information through Zoom session. And then I could say about 45 minutes of teaching. And then we could have 15 minutes of a Q&A.
Oh, I see.
And then each title will finish in less than an hour.
Oh,
so if you can get around about 3 or 4 families together, and then contact me, and then I probably will, set up a time and then have a session for that. And then that's the beginning of a way to do kind of minor seminar. Right? Sort of a kind of, it's not a formal. Yeah. And then that'll be a good thing to do as far as I'm concerned. And the other one is that we do, I do open to the church, and if you are a church organization, then you'll ask me to come, and then I'll probably come. I will come and represent whatever the topic they wanted to hear. Because it's a religious freedom, or is that parental right in the public school, or is it LGBTQ cases, or sexual education, and all those things. By the way, the seminar that I lead is approved by our attorney. So it's not my own idea, but it is the passing down from our attorney that who are well approved by my notes and things like that. So there is no, seems to me there's no legal challenges on that issue. So that's one thing to do. One thing, contact me, and then I'm more than happy to talk to you, or have a lead small session. And by the way, free of charge.
The good thing is that all this is free of charge. It's free.
Free of charge, yes.
And it's beneficial to Christian families. Beneficial to churches. So this is really good stuff.
For example, it can be done both English and Korean. And separately, both together kind of a little hard. But but if you can, if you have a small children or elementary children, their parents, about 5-6 parents together, and they call me up, and then I will tell them the things that what we presenting for.
Okay.
And it'll be. It's not going to be hard.
Okay.
It's about less than an hour for issues.
Okay. So we'll put that information on the screen for our podcast. So if you need to contact Randy or Pacific Justice Institute, you could do that, and then you could get all these services for free, and it will be good resources for the churches and families to have. Wow. Thank you for your service to the kingdom.
Oh, thank you.
Service to the Korean church. And it was really interesting talking to you. And I think it's a blessing from above that you are able to teach at our seminary, to teach our future generation and show the resources so we could defend ourselves and grow. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you.